Hi, welcome back. I'm Machine Gun Dad. I'm Scott. I guess I'm begging for subscriptions and likes and all that other stuff, all that other YouTube BS. If you saw the title, forgive me for I've sinned. Yes, I bought a High Point. Why? I really don't know. I was on a site, I saw one, I bid $80 on it, and I won it. And then I got it. So it's been a learning curve. I'm not aware that High Point has had different designs. So I'm going to flip this around and show you, and hopefully David will be able to pick it up here. This gun is in excellent condition. Well, this gun is nice in the sense that it's not worn, but it's a High Point, so I wouldn't call it excellent condition. Right by my finger. Can you get that, David?
Yep.
It says Model C, girls and boys. It's not a C9. It's a Model C. And when I got it, I'm like, this doesn't seem to have any of the features that a High Point should have. For example, magazines in it. Gun is empty. It has no last round bolt hold open. It has no magazine disconnect. And according to what I read, it doesn't have a drop safety. So maybe if I had dropped it on the ground, it would have probably gone off. So it's a learning curve for me in these quality firearms. In addition, this gun was supposed to come without a magazine, and it came with a magazine. And I looked at this magazine, and it doesn't look like any pictures of the High Points I've looked at for the magazines. And here, since this is not a last round hold open, the magazine is not cut for it. So this magazine isn't even produced anymore, although they say you can put new magazines, new style magazines in them. But if you look, there's no finger groove, no finger extension for your pinky. So when you hold it, especially under recoil, your pinky tends to drop off of it. So why did I buy this? Again, I don't frickin' know. But we're going to, what are we going to do with it? No, we're not going to destroy it. I am not a person who destroys firearms, even High Points. This may serve some purpose for somebody someday. Doorstop, paperweight, hold up the broken foot of a couch, something. Maybe even be used as a firearm. But we fired 4 magazines through this so far, my son and I. Only had 3 failures out of 4 magazines. That's pretty good, isn't it, for this kind of gun? But we're going to take it out and get it on video, and we're going to let Dave shoot it. But the goal with this gun is, it's been cleaned and oiled. We're going to keep track of how many rounds in it, and we're going to just shoot it. Every time we go to the range, we'll run a magazine or 2 through it. I may buy 1 extra magazine to see if maybe the failures or the fact that this is an old style magazine. And we're going to run it until it stops shooting. And then we're going to say, well, we fired, 1,000 rounds through it, and we had 27 failures, because I'm keeping track on a board. Just for interest. Even though I don't like these guns, let's be truthful, there are thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of these out there. To ignore High Points as part of the gun community is kind of foolish and snobbish, which apparently I'm very snobbish, because if it's not a SIG, I don't want to carry it. But we're just going to try to have a little fun with this. So stick by. We'll be out in the range in a minute or 2. Hey, I've been informed that this is a yeet cannon. Whatever the hell a yeet cannon is, but apparently I'm not too much of a snob to know. I've also been doing research, and apparently with a High Point, you get better results if you shoot this way or this way. I'm not sure. I will try it, just like see if it works, because it hasn't been. And then I'll let Dave shoot it, and then we may try some of that fancy side shooting and over the head shooting, because apparently that's the best way to shoot a High Point. So, needless to say, I'm not excited here. This is probably the only semi-automatic pistol I own that just putting in a magazine makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Alright, let's pull back that 2.5 pound. Oh, it fed. Look at that, boys and girls. We're only about 15 yards from the target, so hopefully I'll get a hit or two. Hey, I hit it. I hit it again. I hit it 3 times. 5, 6, 7, 8. Click. Nice flinch. Woo! Make sure it's empty. Alright, we're going to pause it a second. We'll let David try it. Alright, David, go ahead and give it a load. Alright, so I shot it, Dave shot it, it's empty. It actually fired all 16 rounds, so I'm going to stick another 8 rounds in it. Up. Let's try again. There we go. Alright, supposedly it's like this. There's a hit.
Wow.
Maybe the internet wasn't lying. 4 out of 4. How about if I do it like this? The internet's only half truth. Yes, you can shoot it this way. You can't hit crap doing it like that. But it looks cool in the movies and the videos. She's empty. We'll be back with a final conclusion. We are just outside shooting this. This will be my, I think I shot 2 magazines, so that would be like my 3rd and 4th magazine out of this quality piece of American hardware. Normally I would stick a magazine in and I'd go like that and the bolt would lock open. I could show you it's empty. It's empty, but guess what? The bolt doesn't lock open, or the slide doesn't lock open. So, David, what did you think of this quality piece of?
Wow, let's buy 10 more, because you know, I mean, it ran and we hit the target, so that's good.
I was pleasantly surprised. 8 out of 8. I did not, and even shooting it sideways, I hit the target.
Yeah, that was pretty gangster of you. I mean, you know, pretty fly for a white guy, but it's super top heavy, so it just recoils like no one's business. And I've known a lot of people to have these. It's, you know, for a budget weapon. You know, I get the point of it. You know, for people that are, you know, ballers on a budget and they need something a little less costly. But as far as shooting, it's not very pleasant. I mean, my hand hurt, my dignity hurt. But I mean, I guess, like you said, a doorstop or maybe a boat anchor.
I would like to slam this gun. The trigger sucks. The slide's heavy. The recoil sucks. For how big this gun is, my hand hurt a little bit. There's no trigger finger support. Basically, I think that they did fix that with the newer magazines. But it worked. And I hit the target. And if you can't afford anything else and you need to start with this, this is better than nothing. I hate to say that, but if it's this or a pointy stick, I would take this. I really would. And what I think is, because it has terrible recoil and ergonomics and a terrible trigger, if you can shoot this and hit a target, and then you move up to a good pistol, or sorry, snobby, better pistol, you're going to have a naturally inbuilt in ability to deal with recoil, deal with terrible triggers, or in this case, no last round slide lock. I don't want to say this. It pains me to say this, but this is certainly worth $80 or $100 with shipping and everything like that. If you don't have anything else, buy one. And one other thing to think about, this one's in really decent shape. A lot of people, I'm not in favor of truck guns, because truck guns to me are just waiting to be stolen. But I am in favor of garage guns, or a gun in the safe, that if you're forced to open your safe, there's a loaded gun sitting in there. What I may do as a test is I may load this magazine. I'm going to load this magazine, and we're going to leave it loaded, and we're going to see if the gun still functions. Because I could see this gun just oiled up, sitting somewhere as a backup, or a fall to, or, you know, as I said, a garage gun. Or if you're out riding the tractor and you don't want to carry your frickin' Beretta around and bang it off the tractor, it's better than nothing. And as much as I really want to slam it, it really, at 15 yards, it was not hard to hit steel. So, please forgive me, because I have sinned, but believe it or not, when I bought this, I was planning on just making fun of this gun the entire time. And
you really were. You're excited about it.
I can't make fun of it. It is what it is. It's not my SIG 226. But by all means, if you can't afford anything else, this is what you got.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Yeah, it's better to have something than nothing. And
yes, and as I said, and then down the road, since it doesn't really have a lot of resale value, it becomes a fallback second gun. Forgive me. Thanks for coming to my channel. I can't say we really taught you anything, but maybe I learned something, that I've been putting these guns down for years. I might just have to get a carbine and give it a shot. Thanks again.